It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. And she is Becky Becker with us this morning from Calvary Presbyterian Church. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, last year on Crop Walk Day, you had a day just like this, huh?
Almost as bad as this.
Oh, yeah.
Like this.
Well, we've already placed an order for this coming Sunday for the Crop Walk, and you're going to have beautiful weather, if that's okay by you.
Thank you very much.
The Crop Walk is coming up on Sunday, and it's going to be in downtown Indiana and through the course of the town. First of all, Becky, let's tell folks what the Crop Walk is.
The Crop Walk is a national program, and there are over 1,500 walks all over the country. Started back as early as 1947 after World War II with some gleaning projects in Europe where they turned fields of potatoes and so on over to the poor to go in and take what they could use. It has changed in the last few years. In the last 50 years, however, in 1969 it became Communities Resolved to Overcome Poverty, CROP.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are today with all these city events.
You are the Director of Community Assistance and Missions at Calvary Presbyterian Church, and this one is really close to the heart of the church, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. We look forward to this every year.
How many of these crop walks have there been here in Indiana?
There have been 22, thanks to Mr. Ed Kennedy of Trinity United Methodist Church. He has been active every year, and he wasn't available today, so I'm standing in his shoes. I'm pinch hitting.
And you've raised a tremendous amount of money down through the years as well.
Yes, and we're hoping to raise about $14,000 this year. Mm-hmm. Some of it, 25% to ICAP, and then 75% to World Hunger.
Yeah. Now, down through the years, about $130,000 raised locally here.
That's correct.
Which raises the question, okay, if they have raised money and you plan to raise more, what's the mechanism? How can people contribute to help you raise money?
They can show up on Sunday at 12:30 on Calvary's lawn. We have envelopes there. It's not the kind of event where you have to pledge and collect ahead. Mm-hmm. We collect the bulk of our money that Sunday, from any small amount up to a very generous amount. We'll accept it all. But if people who want to participate come at 12:30 on Sunday, you'll see us out on Calvary's lawn. We'll be handing out free hot dogs and water, and we've added a lot of new features this year.
Oh, yeah? What are some of those?
Well, it's going to be, instead of just walking around Indiana, it's going to be a tour of Indiana.
Oh.
Similar route as other years. However, we're going to make some stops, and we have some free items to hand out. Mm-hmm. We have a very good one from the Jimmy Stewart Museum, 2 for tickets to be used on another day.
Very nice.
We'll be handing out free water, snacks, and so on, and we'll walk past Vinegar Hill. We will walk past, we'll stop for a water break at First Christian Church, walk past the fire hall, the new fire hall, and hopefully a fire truck will be out. And then we'll go on to Trinity for a water break. And by the way, at Trinity, by that time, the walk will have been about 4,000 steps. So our theme is, how far would you walk for a drink of water?
Oh, I like it.
Then lastly, we'll go to the Historical Society, where we have some treats there and some news about the Historical Society.
Yeah. And the crop walk sounds like it's more of a crop stroll.
It is, yes.
It's a nice leisurely walk, and
yes.
Folks can bring their cameras along.
Right, yes.
And certainly with their phones, they could probably take video of what they're doing. Going to be back by about what time?
It'll take about 45 minutes for the speedsters, maybe an hour if you want it to be more leisurely. We'll be back at 2 o'clock and still set up outside. And it's just a great day to get together with your friends from other churches and to do some good.
Sure. Now, there are folks, of course, who can't walk. They're physically unable to walk. What can they do to help?
Well, we have that covered. You can rock on a rocking chair at Calvary. You can bring a lawn chair and sit and wait for the walkers to come back and enjoy the refreshments. or donations may be made up until October 31st.
Oh, okay.
They could be sent to Calvary Church or Trinity United Methodist Church.
Okay, so just send them to the church's mail, and they'll get them.
We'll
and
take care of them.
apply them to the crop
And
walk.
also, you can give online.
Oh,
So
that's a new way.
there's the Crop Walk
Is it a Facebook page?
Yes. No, it's on the web.
It's a web.
Yeah.
It's a web page for the Crop Walk Indiana.
Yes.
Okay, so just Google Crop Walk Indiana PA,
Yeah.
and you'll get there. You'll get wonderful. That sounds tremendous. Now, ICAP, of course, is one of the beneficiaries of the Crop Walk. They do such amazing work, don't they?
Yes, they do. We're very lucky to have them in Indiana.
In fact, their job gets harder and harder every year because more and more people need them down through the year. When you look at the numbers of people that they serve, it's just amazing, and that number keeps going up every year because, let's face it, there's more need being created every single day. Yeah.
That's correct, and we feel that any step that we can take is a good step toward helping ICAP.
Yeah, so 25% of the proceeds raised through this crop walk are going to stay right here in Indiana.
Yes,
and
they will.
The other 75% will help hunger all around the world.
The other 75 gets initially sent to Church World Service, and they have a number of programs that include food and water projects, anything to do with obtaining food or raising food. So they have a number of ways they help people all over the world.
Yeah, so the crop walk is coming up this Sunday, and you need to gather at Calvary Presbyterian Church lawn. Of course, that's at 7th and Church Streets here in Indiana.
Correct.
And at what time again?
12:30 for registration, and even if you don't have an envelope when you come, we have the envelopes available, and we can get you set up.
And bring your walking shoes.
Bring your walking shoes.
Yeah, absolutely, and prepare for a wonderful time. And, of course, it's going to be a warm day, so you probably want to have a hat on to shield you from the sun on your walk. But Indiana is such a wonderful place in which to walk.
It is. That's why we took advantage of making it be kind of a touristy thing this year.
Yeah,
for
I
fun.
like it. I like it. You're going to head out Church Street. In fact, you're going to come right past us here.
Yes.
We pass Christ Episcopal and across the street to the Jimmy Stewart Museum. And wow, it just sounds like you're going to have a wonderful day for it, and hope that people can turn out. Do you have an idea of the typical number of walkers that you get in a given year?
We have had as high as almost 200 on a nice sunny day, which is coming up.
There you go.
Last year it was around 100, so we usually could depend on at least 100 people, but we sure could handle more.
There you go. There you go. It's a big town. We could more people could walk. And the Steelers don't play until 4:30.
That's correct. In fact, we waited till we saw the schedule before we set this up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I bet you're not the only one.
Yeah.
There are
Why fight it?
probably a lot of organizations that have done that to schedule events for this Sunday. But it will be at the Calvary Presbyterian Church, the corner of 7th and Church Streets. 12:30 is when you gather, and then you start walking at 1 o'clock. And I like the fact that you have the breaks, the water breaks and everything, because, when you're walking like that, especially if you're not used to walking that kind
That's
of a
correct.
distance, that'll be very, very helpful. So wonderful. The crop walk is on the way. And again, Calvary Presbyterian Church. Now, locally, Calvary and Trinity, are there other churches that are involved?
Yes, Christ Episcopal is on the committee. We also have had at times Grace United Methodist. Sometimes they join us.
You mentioned a water stop at First Christian, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
So they must be a participant as well, participating congregation. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, and folks can come from all over. You don't have to be an Indiana person, just a person who's concerned about hunger.
Right. It started out as Indiana County, but it's kind of centered in Indiana now, but everybody's welcome.
There you go. Well, Becky, thank you so much for coming in to tell us about it. We look forward to it coming up on Sunday. And again, 12:30 at Calvary Presbyterian Church. You start walking at 1. You'll be back about 2:15, depending upon whatever pace you wish to walk.
That's correct.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Our pleasure. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's WCCS.